You know, there's a little bit of an old saying that I really like to live by, and it goes like this. When your enemy is making a mistake, don't interrupt them. Let them make it. But it turns out that that old proverb and saying was never even taught or listened to at Xbox and Microsoft, because clearly things are going to go to hell in a handbasket after what we heard about from yesterday's news. You see, it all starts out that the day before yesterday, though, we had PlayStation Studios shut down Bluepoint Studios, that one developer that actually made video games for them. Clearly, that wasn't enough because live service seems to be the one path they're moving directly into. And I was making jokes with my buddies last night saying, hey, what do you think the over-under is that tomorrow Xbox will also do something stupid as well? Well, we thought 60-40. Turns out it was going to be 100%. Because clearly we are standing now at the precipice of what is going to be a monumental shift in video games. And I don't mean the death of Xbox overall, I just mean the actual landscape of gaming itself is going to drastically change completely. Because according to IGN saying this on Twitter, exclusive, Xbox head Phil Spencer is retiring on Monday, and Xbox president Sarah Bond, long thought to be Spencer's heir apparent, has resigned. The new CEO of Microsoft Gaming will be Asha Sharma, currently the president of Microsoft's Core AI product. Oh yeah, you know exactly where this is going, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been keeping up on this channel for the past couple of months, you know what I've been talking about in terms of what AI has in fact been happening and doing to the actual gaming industry, and also the tech industry as well. And if you thought the entire Xbox One reveal of TV was bad,
watch TV. TV remote, TV experience, TV, sports TV. Anybody?
Get ready for the Magnus reveal of AI Copilot. Honestly, Asha to me sounds like she's nothing more than a Satya Nadella lackey, and that's clearly what I'm going to be expecting moving forward from this company. I think the real crazy part that's been going around, though, is the fact that Phil Spencer is going to retire, which really, after so many years at Xbox, about 38, almost my entire life at that company, it was bound to happen sooner or later. My prediction was that Sarah Bond was going to be the one replacing Phil, which made a lot of sense. She was in charge of the backwards compatibility team, she knew quite a bit more about gaming, and it turns out that maybe even going around that Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer were the last two in the line trying to stop Microsoft from adding all the into the actual system itself. But it turns out that those two dams have broken loose and the levees are now free for everything of what Microsoft in fact wants to do. 30% profit margin return, they want to hit it. Shoving AI into everything, they want to do it, and it's only going to get from bad to worse. Because the thing is, I found out some information about Asha as well, and exactly what they're going to be trying to do, and even her past work employment. And it's going to get kind of scary when you think about how things apply. But let's go to the article from IGN first, see what they wrote, and go from there. According to IGN's article stating this, Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer, who has been at Microsoft since he joined as an intern in 1988 and with Xbox since the software giant launched its first console in 2001, is retiring. Sources familiar with the matter, who are not authorized to speak publicly, confirmed to IGN Spencer's retirement is effective on Monday, February 23rd. Meanwhile, Xbox president Sarah Bond, long thought by many both inside and outside of Microsoft to be Spencer's heir apparent, has resigned. The new CEO of Microsoft Gaming will be Asha Sharma, currently the president of Microsoft's Core AI product. Finally, Xbox Game Studios head Matt Booty is being promoted to Chief Content Officer and will work closely with Sharma. Already, this is going to be a massive issue because clearly what I'm seeing right now is the fact that Sarah Bond resigned and was not let go and was given the option to leave. Clearly, she did not like the direction that Xbox was going to be heading into once they decided to go ahead and put Asha in charge. In my opinion, that's going to lead directly into the forceful use of AI and even trying to monetize users on a grand scale. This is talking about the actual usage of what Microsoft Microsoft has been doing recently, especially with their massive push towards AI and data centers and what they've been doing as well in the gaming space and even the tech space too. Their massive involvements with OpenAI, their actual insane hubris of trying to shove Copilot into basically every single Microsoft product and doing nothing to try and benefit the actual user. This is going to be worse than anybody could actually expect. And now I can bet my sweet Bippy they're going to be shoving it into gaming as well, clearly trying to make every bang out of their buck that they possibly can. The gaming industry is effectively cooked 6 ways from Sunday, regardless of whatever company you like to prefer or whichever one you cheer pom-poms for. Whether it's PlayStation focusing all on live service, Nintendo charging you everything under the sun to even access your current games and providing no content whatsoever, to Microsoft now shoving AI down your throats. The Steam machine from Valve cannot get here fast enough to give everybody an escape to get out of this actual hellscape that Nvidia and so many others are now putting us into. But the problem though is things get effectively worse when we find out even more about Asha, her plans, and what Microsoft wants to do with Xbox. According to IGN, Sharma is a former VP of Product and Engineering at Meta and a former Instacart COO who is also a board member of the Home Depot. She joined Microsoft in 2024. In her email to Microsoft staff, she wrote, "My first job is simple. Understand what makes this work and protect it. That starts with 3 commitments. First, great games. Everything begins here. We must have great games beloved by players before we do anything. Unforgettable characters, stories that make us feel, innovative gameplay and creative excellence. We will empower our studios, invest in iconic franchises, and back bold new ideas. We will take risks. We will enter new categories and markets where we can add real value, grounded in what players care about most." I promoted Matt Booty in honor of this commitment. He understands the craft and the challenges of building great games, has led teams that deliver award-winning work, and has earned the trust of game developers across the country. How? How are you going to put somebody in charge of video games who either A, doesn't play video games, or B, doesn't know about the video game industry? They worked at Meta, which clearly is all about data collection now, and also Instacart? What are we doing? Yes, let's go ahead and do the 2 things that everybody fucking hates right now more than anything in life, which is getting all of your data and then getting all of your telemetry and then charging you a nickel and diming you with Instacart every single time. Okay, and then put them in charge of video games. Okay, all right, that's... We are beyond a scope that I have never actually imagined. This company, this entire thing is literally just stepping on a rake on a consistent basis, day by day, week by week, like Sideshow Bob from the fucking Simpsons. Having her as a major part of actually AI and Microsoft, and then putting her there with Xbox as the Microsoft gaming CEO, and then being like, we're gonna make great games. Bitch, what games are you playing? I want to see. At least Phil Spencer had an Xbox account and he played games there. At least I could see what game he was playing when everything was burning down all around him. I want to see what games you're playing. Clearly, it's probably none. This is so tone deaf, so inextricably wild to see that somebody who used to... I just can't, bro. I just can't. It's like nobody understands this industry. And I'm going to be very upfront and clear about this kind of thing too, right? Phil Spencer was given an actual sea cruiser that had diarrhea all over it and then was lit on fire by Don Matrick and then was told, here, save this. And he literally did. People talk about how bad of a job Phil Spencer did the entire time, how he should have been fired a long time ago, how Xbox would have been better without him. I honestly think the opposite. I think if it wasn't for Phil Spencer, we would have lost Xbox as an actual competitor or even an actual platform in the space long time ago, if it wasn't for that entire turnaround that he did. Literally turning an entire console into a full-on platform to be online and be able to be used by every other single person, to then make sales across every other platform, and then give users something good like Game Pass, until Microsoft got their hands on it and jacked up the price by 50%, and then tell everybody else, guess what? You're gonna love our new plan, when it's the worst plan. You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like the Instacart plan that you get on your phone. Oh, swear to God. I swear to God, this industry is cooked. Not Xbox. No. Everybody is cooked in this industry. Hermie Hulst making the worst decisions ever for PlayStation, Nintendo doing the exact same thing, and now Xbox having no clue what they're fucking doing. This is the actual great reset of video games. The whole thing is going to crash, but clearly, as always, it gets worse though, because now there's even more. I'm not kidding. Asha continues in her letter saying this: second, the return of Xbox. We will commit to our core Xbox fans and players, those who have invested with us for the past 25 years, and to the developers who build the expansive universes and experiences that are embraced by players across the world. We will celebrate our roots with a renewed commitment to Xbox, starting with console, which has shaped who we are. It connects us to the players and fans who invest in Xbox, and to the developers who build ambitious experiences for it. Gaming now lives across devices, not within the limits of any single piece of hardware. As we expand across PC, mobile, and cloud, Xbox should feel seamless, instant, and worthy of communities we serve. We will break down barriers so developers can build once and reach players everywhere without compromise. Third, future of play. We are witnessing the reinvention of play. To meet the moment, we will invent new business models and new ways to play by leaning into what we already have: iconic teams, characters, and worlds that people love. But we will not treat those worlds as static IP to milk and monetize. We will build a shared platform and tools that empower developers to create and share their own stories. You know what, Asha? I'm going to tell you right now, you've got a really big pair of shoes to fill. And clearly a lot of this is nothing more than just bland corpo speak that we've all heard a million times before. Every single time we hear this, it's always the same thing. We're going to dedicate to our core audience. We're going to focus on the specific things like the games and bringing back new ways of people to just enjoy the product across any platform whatsoever. And then what happens? The worst possible outcome. We get price increases on games. We get $80 games that are then brought back down. We get price increases on consoles due to market conditions. And then rumors of the next Xbox console being over $1,000 because of the AI and RAM apocalypse. So clearly, we want to be able to see what you're going to bring to the table before you even release any sort of letter. And you know what's even funnier is you've got a lot of scrutiny on you right now because of your previous experience, not only not being in gaming at all, mind you, in the first place, but also the fact that you're part of the core AI team, or you were before. And I really find it funny how this next part of your email says this: as monetization and AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Games are and always will be art, crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. Look, I'm gonna be real. The only reason you said slop and AI in the same sentence is because you want to seem like you're hip and cool to what's happening in the gaming space right now, or even the tech space as well. Microsoft has always been an AI pusher. They're going to be doing it. You were part of that core AI team. Don't come around and act like you're one of the cool kids now being like, hey guys, how do you do with your fellow AI slop and monetization practices, am I right? No, we're not playing that game. Either shoot straight from the hip or don't, because clearly we want to see what's going to be coming down the pipeline. And honestly, I feel like what's going to be happening is going to be the actual death of Xbox, and also a massive heat wave death of video games and the industry altogether as well, seeing as how Every company has been chasing those short-term trends. Every company has been chasing those increased monetization practices because clearly the 30% increase on profit margins is something you have to deal with as well, part of Microsoft gaming. That's going to be a reality for you. So don't come around saying one thing and then on the opposite side of your mouth saying something else completely different. And you know what? Can we talk about how Matt Booty somehow seems to be always skating by and getting promoted in some weird way? You know, the guy who shut down Tango Studios, the guy who then said by shutting down Tango Studios, they want to have more games that are more prestigious and win more awards, even if they are smaller. That guy! That's the guy! That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna promote him instead? Shit, man! What are we doing here, brother? That's what you're gonna put as your right-hand man, is Matt Booty. Okay, all right, listen. This has been the most wild week on video games in the first place. Watching this entire thing fall apart, watching Xbox make the dumbest decisions possibly ever simply because they want to push and promote AI is honestly not a good thing. And I don't care what email Asha sends out or what she in fact says out of any interview, I want to see what she's actually going to do with literal results. Are we going to see AI slop being pushed into games like we saw with Call of Duty, having AI slop art inside of those actual microtransactions? Are we going to see more monetization practices impact gamers as well? Are we going to see another price increase on consoles, on games, on services? I want to see what the proof is going to be in the pudding. And we as gamers need to do one thing and one thing only. Stop infighting and console warring for stupid shit like this. We need to hold these companies accountable when they try to increase the price on you and then blame you that you didn't support the devs enough when they shut down the studio when it was their own decision to make the wrong decision in the fucking first place. And honestly, I'm not the only one that feels this way. Here are some tweets online by some other people as well. Paul Tassi said this is a quote, say all the right things corpo speak, which is not a surprise, but I am very curious to see how all this pans out and what is actually changing. It doesn't really sound any different from what Spencer and Bond have said for years, while screenshotting the actual letter that Asha wrote out to Microsoft as well. And I'm going to be real, Tassie and I don't really get along or see eye to eye on a lot of things. But the thing is, I agree with him on this spot specifically. This statement by Asha is exactly what we've heard for the past multiple years, dare I even say decade plus, with Xbox as well. Gaming first, console first, experiences first. And what do we get instead? Nothing. We get a lot of mid-tier games and a lot of AI slop, and things don't really fit well together, and price increases across the board. What I'm worried about to see is exactly what everybody's wanted to see too. Is this going to be another issue where we're going to be seeing nothing more than AI slop being shoved into every aspect of Windows, of Xbox, of everything else online, and being slammed together? Microsoft had the easiest W they could possibly ever make with the Magnus, simply putting Windows on their console and making it a PC, stripping out all the bloatware, and then just giving access to every game, to every storefront and platform would literally bring back the entire user base to that kind of thing. The problem now, though, is, like I said before, and even a couple times on my streams, is that we're going to be going around and seeing them shove AI with Nadella on the actual stage, saying, here's our new Xbox console PC hybrid, and also check this out. Copilot AI, data center, data collection, harvesting. Give us your data, give us your ID. We're not going to get hacked, we promise. That's exactly what I'm expecting to see, and what I'm clearly going to be betting is what's going to be happening. With Bellular Gaming on Twitter saying this, well, that's fucking lovely. Phil Spencer is out. Sarah Bond is out. The new Xbox CEO ran Microsoft's AI division. Before that, COO at Instacart and VP at Meta. Zero gaming background. And Mike from Bellular Gaming is actually correct. We've seen this already. We've seen what she's done. IGN even reported on it. And I know people are saying, Alex, but hey, wait. She said no AI slop. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Never, ever trust a corpo. Why? Because they're corpos. That's their job, is literally to go ahead and trick you the entire time to get more of your money. You guys, look, the gaming industry has unequivocally changed across the board. We are now watching as game companies and developers and publishers and studios do not know how to go back and fight for your time anymore. They're out of ideas. They're all pushing live service. They're all going around and shutting down studios. When they give them the work and then they tell them they can't do it, they cut them to the curb. And we're seeing it happen over and over again. The industry's not going to reset or die because of something grand and big. No. The industry is going to fall apart and collapse simply because game studios, developers, publishers, and people like Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo are getting far too greedy. They thought the 2020s were the big leap where they would go even further, and they were betting on that, and the bets were bad. They didn't see it as a blip, but as a consistency, and that's the problem. It's never going to reach those heights again, and the only thing that could come out of this right now is watching as Microsoft completely envelops Xbox altogether, and you get Microsoft gaming. And if we see what's happening right now with Windows, where you can't even reset the damn OS, use the damn OS, or in any case provide any sort of proper usability for an OS as well, you're going to be having a hard time with everything on Xbox in the future. And no matter how many times Asha goes out and tweets, we're going to put gaming first, we all know what that means. They're going to monetize you first, because we've seen it happen for the past 40 plus years. This is going to get worse before it ever gets better, and I doubt it's ever going to get better. People have been asking me, why do I keep talking about Valve and the Steam machine and what they're doing? Because clearly they are the only thing left in video games standing right now. They're the only company doing everything they can to not fuck with you, to not screw you, to not go around and give you the worst experience overall. They do everything they can to basically just leave you alone and let you play video games. Yet no other company can ever take a page out of their book. Instead, they go around and take pages out of each other's books, and that never works out at all. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not hoping for miracles. I'm not praying for anything good. I'm only hoping that things don't go from bad to worse. And I'll tell you this, once Valve releases the Steam machine, if you're on console, that's going to be the thing you should buy. That's going to be the place you should go. It doesn't matter what platform you're on, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo. When Valve puts out that Steam machine, go grab one ASAP, because clearly the way things are going and the way I see things are going, it's going to go real bad, real fast, and your entire libraries won't exist, your entire ownership won't exist, and the only thing left that you'll have behind is a CEO smiling at you while they ask for money with one hand and hold a knife behind their back with another. But you know what? Let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I'm wrong, and only one thing will happen. Time will tell. I don't feel any good about this at all, simply because I've been covering the AI industry and what's been happening in tech with Microsoft and Nvidia for the last few months, and clearly things have not improved, and that's why I'm so worried about this move specifically. But I want to hear what you got to say in the comments section down below. And speaking about what you got to say, here in fact is the comment of the day from yesterday's video, with E-Ranks saying this: damn, that Series S taking down another studio. That's right, E-Ranks. Apparently the Series S took down Bluepoint, and it also took down Phil Spencer as well. We'll see what happens, but clearly this is going to be a wild ride in the next couple of years, and I want to see what happens next. But as always, if you want to see more of this kind of content though, more PC port reviews, gaming news, Steam Deck videos, fanboy content, and everything else, subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 109K. And if you want Discord access or emotes during live streams, become a YouTube member. It's as low as $1. If you don't want to spend the buck, don't even sweat it. Just come on down to the channel live Saturday nights, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, as I wear a banana suit and get insulted by about 800 people with TTS. It's a hell of a show. You don't want to miss it. Saturday nights, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, live right here on the channel. With all that being said, though, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great one, and I'll see you gooners next time. Peace!